Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Today we learned that like 1 in 7 people will take a shower with their dog. Is my wife one of those? This got real weird real quick. That's coming up a little bit later in the podcast. Here we go. Your mom or dad ever urge you to not do anything with your life? I'll give you an example. When I was 6, my dad told me there's no place in the military for you.
Yeah.
He understand that I had a big lack of discipline and that I wasn't very good with authority figures. He saw that right away as being a military man his entire life and told me there was no place there for me. Did your mom and dad ever tell you to not do anything with your life?
No, but they never told me to do anything with my life.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I mean, it was never like a sit down conversation of like, what do you see yourself doing in the future? What are you interested in? I don't know. Maybe they did have that conversation. I don't remember it, but I do remember crunch time senior year. What are you going to do? You talk too much, go to radio school. That's what it boiled down to. So
If your parents ever urge you to not become a 911 operator, it might be because you have these kind of tendencies.
911, what is your emergency?
I need a police officer over here.
Yeah, first, did you hear that? The way
What's your emergency?
He's already tired.
911, what is your emergency?
I need a police officer over here.
What's going on?
I've got 2 teenage daughters, and I just got home from work. They were physically fighting with each other, and one of them kicked a hole in a door. They're 12 and almost 14. The 12-year-old is completely out of control, and I can't, physically, if she's as big as I am, I can't control her.
Okay, did you want us to come over to shoot her? Are you there?
Excuse me?
That's a joke. Okay, so...
Who are you? What is your name?
Mike Forbes.
Okay, that's not funny, Mike.
I'm
And guess
sorry.
what? I'm going to file a formal complaint.
I don't blame you a bit.
Because you know what? This is really not very funny.
I know it's not, ma'am. I
Well, guess
apologize.
what? It's not going to be very funny when I go in front of your supervisor and tell him.
I understand.
I guess he can just listen to the
doesn't
tape.
care.
Yes, he can. I'm sorry. I
He's
apologize.
done.
Well,
Hold on.
sorry doesn't
Hold
cut it.
on
I need a
one
police
second.
officer.
Hold on.
She's going to put him on hold now. So then
Yeah.
he goes, now you got to hold. I don't know if 911 operators are supposed to give him the old hold call.
there are too many people out there that are not aware of what to say.
This guy just doesn't care. I think he's trying to get fired.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, 12
and 13 and a half.
Okay. I'll get police officers on the way. They're on an emergency call right now, but as soon as I can get one free, I'll get them on the way.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, you want me to come over there and shoot him?
Excuse me? Yeah, there are so many people out there that I'm noticing as I'm getting older, like how many older people like in their 60s
DGAF.
that just don't, they say like the worst things. And you're like, wow, what, when?
Now, I can't participate in this because I've never, ever called 911 my entire life. But as somebody who not only has memorized the non-emergency numbers for all the local police departments,
Wrong.
but somebody who has called 911, the last time you called 911 was for what?
Probably that guy with the pole.
Okay, so you saw a guy with a pole, so you called 911, right? Exactly what that service
There
is
had
used
to have
for.
been a different time between then and now. I feel
All right.
like there was.
Now, think about when you called 911. What would have been the most? Let's go through it and let's try. I want to try and give you what I think would have been the most irresponsible response.
You probably would have made a how long was his pole joke.
Okay, so let's go through it. 911.
Hi, I am driving down Highway 10, and on the left, I do see a possible altercation happening between 2 males and a female.
Okay, and what makes you think there's going to be an altercation?
Because he has this massive pole and he's lunging at this woman who's trying to defuse the situation.
Are you sure they're just not horny?
That's where you would go. Pretty positive, sir.
The following people will remain anonymous because they've had horrible weeks, or at least the following things have been horrible things done to them. We call it an FML Friday if you want to get us started, Cats.
Let's get to it. Today, my crazy mother, who is both religious and almost illiterate, what a combo, went through my room and threw away anything that she thought would be immoral. She threw away Moby Dick because it had the word dick, yet ignored 50 Shades of Grey because she doesn't read FML.
How about this one? Today, I got on the bus to go to work. I managed to get a seat, but an old lady who looked tired had to stand. I offered her my seat. She glared at me frowned and said, "Go bite yourself."
Whoa.
Everyone laughed as I sat there in dismay. FML.
Bad day. Today, I asked my boyfriend of 5 years when he was going to propose to me because I wasn't getting any younger. He responded with, "Well, ask yourself, are you getting any skinnier?"
Oh.
FMLF him. That is crazy.
Today, my bandmate and I decided we were going to propose to our girlfriends who are also in the band, but we're going to do it at the same time in the middle of a concert. His girlfriend immediately said yes. Mine ran off the stage crying.
Oh my God. That would be a guy thing to plan. Let's do it at the same time. It's going to be so cool, bro.
FML.
Today, I'm so strapped for cash that I smuggled toilet paper out of my mother's house. That's a spot. FML.
And finally, today, my girlfriend returned from a 2-day trip. I spent the time cleaning the house and working on house projects so she wouldn't come home and feel stressed. She then got upset when she got home because the house was clean and it, quote, made her feel inadequate. Quote.
Wow.
FML.
Let's begin now.
And suddenly, it's a wet, soggy, dumpy, cold Minnesota morning.
Oh my God. Last night was miserable. I found the way to, like, you know how parents are like, oh, can we just slow down time? Yes, absolutely. Go to a football game when it is freezing and raining and time almost stops.
You know what I fear the most? Tonight, we'll play in this stuff. But as a coach with the headsets, I only have the one headset that's only got the one ear muff.
Yeah.
So my one ear is going to freeze tonight.
Oh, I thought you were worried about getting zapped.
No, I'm more worried about my one ear.
Oh, okay.
So like every quarter, I'm going to have to switch the thing and switch it back and forth. I got to keep that ear warm.
Like a little ear condom.
I do not.
Like a little sock.
Need an ear wubba. So other than the football yesterday, anything fun going on in your life? If you got to struggle to find out.
No, we have a really good weekend ahead of us. I know it probably will rain for our football game on Saturday, but tonight I'm going to the golf club with some gals for some wine, so that's going to be lovely. Liam has his middle school. I'm not going to call it a dance, like an activity night, and then church on Sunday, and yeah, it's just going to be really good. I'm excited for it.
What do we know about the shooting yesterday of the 5 officers? Are you going to be able to update that with the floor before you hit the door?
Yep. Okay. We have a full update. The BCA is still doing their investigation. Obviously, it's going to be a while. And then all of those cops are undercover, so no names are being let out. But I know just enough to let you know. Did you hear about the manhunt that happened in Wright County?
No.
It was on the street that my in-laws live on. Okay. My mother-in-law goes outside. She hears some ruckus and she sees that there are 2 helicopters just like hovering above her house and then down the street at her neighbor Heidi's house. And then the cherries are everywhere. Cops are everywhere. They yell, "Get in your house. Lock your house." There was a man on the loose, on foot. And my in-laws have these massive barns that they don't lock. You know, they live in the country. And so they're like checking everywhere. They had to like lock all their windows, all their doors, just sit there in their living room. And still, I don't think they have a resolution for it. Obviously, the guy hopefully has gone far away from there. But like, that would have been really scary. I wouldn't have been able to sleep like that all night. I
wouldn't want people going through my stuff looking for some guy.
They don't care. It's hay. It's hay. But I thought that was crazy. I'm like, stay inside. She's like, no, I'm going to go find him and I'm going to talk to him about why he's doing this. She would. She gets messages from the Lord. I'm going to put
Jesus in your heart and you will no longer be a convict running from the cops.
She likes to talk people off ledges. So she would find this guy. They'd sit on hay bales and they would just like talk through, why are you running from the law?
Oh, so, Judy.
I know.
Just here to rescue us all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Friday and I like it. It's Friday and I like it.
It's an opportunity for us to get to live a little vicariously through you. What is so great about your weekend? You can call or text. You want to get us started, Kat? What's so great about Friday?
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned it just a moment ago. Liam has his first middle school social. Easy for me to say. I have drinks with the ladies tonight for a couple of hours. That'll be nice. Football game on Saturday. It's our final game of the season. And then I have nothing to do on Saturday. I was going to once again have a date with Liam, and then he is ditching me for a birthday party from Axton. And so there's that. And then
Sounds like it's made up.
I'm just going to get caught up on streaming services, I guess. That's like my life.
Lame.
And then church on Sunday, and then I am going to meal prep on Sunday. I'm going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to do all that wife stuff. But it sounds like a really good weekend, and that's why my Friday rock.
Oh, it's Friday, and I like it. It's Friday, and I like it.
There's something about Friday Night Lights in the rain, in the cold, so very excited for a football game tonight. We play at St. John's. Then tomorrow morning, going to head out to the tailgate for the St. John's game and kind of kick it with my other two kids that are in college. And the rest of the weekend is just kind of for Trish and I to batten down the hatches. We've got a lot of stuff like move furniture back into the garage.
Yeah.
Just kind of like get your property ready for it to get disgustingly cold for the next 6 months.
I like that we're there. We just had all the shingles dropped off in our driveway yesterday, and so they're going to hit the ground running on Saturday. So that's going to be, I guess I won't be alone on Saturday. I can go out and talk to the roof guys.
As long as it's not raining, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
For me, that's why my Friday rocks.
Oh, it's Friday, and I like it. It's Friday, and I like it.
With our friends at C&D Grana, let's find out why Kaya's Friday rocks.
Husband and I are going on a date tonight. It's been our first date since our daughter was born.
Okay, so where are you going? Where is he taking you?
Taking me to Red Lobster.
Ooh.
And if the weather permits, we're going to Molitor's Haunted Acres.
Oh, that's
Fun
so
time.
cute. And then you can pretend you're scared and cuddle up to him, and then he's going to feel like a man because you need him. See, we played these games.
Yep.
We know what we're doing.
How long ago was
Yep.
your daughter born?
January 6th, 2022 is when she was born.
Okay, so you guys haven't been on a date in a year and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you
man.
enjoy and have some fun. And
You going to give it up?
Right. That's the last question.
Well, that was the plan on our anniversary, but our daughter kind of put that on the back burner.
I don't know about you, but when I get scared, I get a little horny. So you're going to be out there, and they're going to scare you into bed.
All right. We're all good here then. Have a great morning. Pretty simple concept. We bought these tarot cards at a rummage sale a few years ago, and it pains me to think that they're probably kind of accurate.
What's weird is until I got them, so it's almost like they had the power,
You're the vehicle.
transported it to me, and I am the vessel to bring you news.
Morning, Sheila. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for asking. Have you ever had your tarot read by two idiots on the radio who clearly have no reason to do this whatsoever other than for entertainment purposes?
No.
No.
Well, let's start.
We found out earlier that you're a Taurus. So let's start with Sheila's horoscope this morning, Kat. What does it look like?
All right, Sheila, you may be called to assume leadership roles within your community today. You'll be in a unique position to inspire and motivate others, giving you an edge to make an impact on the world. Do something nice for your body later tonight. Bring stretching, healthy foods into the equation, and just kind of recharge because tomorrow you'll need even more energy.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Does that make any sense? Are you in a position of power that can help people?
I don't think so.
That's what I thought.
Some people just don't know.
You don't know until it's too late.
Yep.
Next
And you'll
thing
be
you
like,
know,
Kat was right.
next thing you know, you're knocked up in Georgia.
Okay. Anyway, we have your card that jumped out while you were on hold. It stands for strength. So that's a really good future. Stands for determination, conviction, and power. Another time we hear power.
Whoa.
There's got to be something going on with you, Sheila, that you just don't know yet.
Okay.
It sounds small but mighty. Like a ant.
All right, Sheila. You have a good day.
I don't know if you can tell, but Kat's playing you off.
too.
Have a great morning.
Bye.
That's what I thought.
I need more than one word.
The one-word responses are a lot of fun. Let's see if we can get some out of Leslie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Look at that. All those words. Thank you for asking. Leslie, you're an Aries?
Yes.
All right,
here we
Kat,
go.
what are you feeling for Leslie?
I think it's a good day, and power seems to be the theme. It says you're going to have the power to move boldly towards your goals from behind the scenes today, and that's going to create a space for you to explore different passions and evolve in that way. But it says pull back socially. So they don't want you to spend too much time with other people today. So unfortunately,
Great.
It may be difficult to implement boundaries, though, with loved ones who feel unseen and neglected. But if you have a sweetie that's feeling that way, tonight give them a little extra attention. Okay. You can't see my
Does that
face.
sound like something you should be doing, Leslie, a little bit more often, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what they think, too.
Here we go. Your card that came out was the High Priestess, and it stands for, I don't know if we've ever had this, the mystery, secrets, and magic.
See? You can do it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Future.
Yes, I like that.
Somebody's going to be really happy before the night's over.
Oh, man.
Okay.
You'd have never thought you were going to call the radio, and then all of a sudden this was going to happen, and you were going to have to give it up tonight.
You just have to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just didn't really feel like it. I had a headache, but those guys in the morning said I had to do it.
Go
so.
shave your toes.
Yup.
Get in
All
there.
right. We're good. Have a great morning. Goodbye.
That's what I thought.
You know, Monday morning, we're back with up to $15,000 cash for you before 9 a.m. Yeah, 3 more chances at winning free money high-low Monday morning at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and 8 a.m. So definitely join the live show. Now we get you back into the podcast. Growing up, you guys had some very expensive dogs. We've mentioned this before on the show. You had a couple of, they were pretty high-end dogs that you spent a lot of money on. What were they?
The Scottish Terriers cost a pretty penny.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you, first off, let me ask this. Let's start top down. Do you think your mother or your father ever bathed with the dog?
No, but I'm quite certain my sister has probably.
It's so weird. So
Only with Connor. Connor was a tiny
that was
teacup.
like a teacup
Yeah.
Yorkie.
I don't think she'd go in there with the lab.
Have you ever bathed with a pet?
No, I have not.
15% of people admitted to showering with their dog or their cat.
That number's pretty low. I can deal with that number. I would love for it to be in the single digits, like a 2.
Again, that's about 1 in 6 or 7 people
Yeah.
that you see today. If you go into a meeting and there's 10 of you in the room, it's an almost guarantee that one of you has bathed with your dog.
That's really gross. To bathe is one thing. To shower is another thing.
Hang on a
But-
second. Here's the ultimate test. Who loves their dog more than my wife?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what she's doing this morning. I don't know if she'll even answer.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Real quick, I know that you get up after I do in the morning and you have a busy morning always, but you've never showered with the dog, have you?
No, I have never.
Promise
done
you've
that.
never taken a bath or a shower with the dog, ever?
No.
I don't know what I would do if you
never,
said yes.
Ever. I never, ever,
Is there ever a time you can
Never.
see that happening?
never, ever.
Never.
Like ever?
I think it's the younger generation of teachers that think that they cannot get fired for putting stuff on the interweb. And this guy was definitely one of those. He's a teacher / comedian, aren't they all, from Kansas. And he lost his job after posting this.
Teachers, if a student is annoying you, just remember you can lie. I teach history. I tell my students the wrong stuff all the time when they annoy me. I tell them that Abraham Lincoln invented the car. That's why it's named after him. I tell them Logan Paul and Jake Paul had a great grandfather named Paul Revere because they don't even know how names work anymore. And I crop dust them. And then I just let it stew. And then I walk away and I go, oh my God, it stinks over there. And then they have to sit with it. And you know what? They can't fire me because they need me too badly.
Oh, apparently not.
They don't. They canned him. Do you think it would have been different if he had done that in stand-up instead of posting it online?
Yeah, for sure, because you're just joking. It's stand-up,
'Cause that
right?
is
You're
art.
doing material, yeah.
But he was out the door. Do you remember a teacher that probably should have been fired?
I had a guy that would smoke in our class and then breathe it out. He put his desk right next to the one window. He would smoke. He'd lean back in his chair.
Yeah.
burn and smoke and blow it out the window. Of
Did
course
he
should have
ash
been
in his
canned.
hand like hardcore guys?
No. He had an
should?
ashtray in the drawer of his desk.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then I'm sure he would dump it out, and the janitors wouldn't say anything.
Yeah. I would say Mr. W. I'm not going to say his whole name because I'm pretty certain he's still alive and he was friends with my dad. But he had a few less fingers than normal people, so that should tell you what he did for a job. But he let some of the naughtiest kids use too many power tools, you know? I didn't even think you were supposed to have power tools in middle school, but
For sure.
I thought it was just like a hammer. We made bird houses and you know, hammer boxes. What are those called? Tool boxes.
You're a toolbox.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.